Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Between Carlines. We are your hosts, Christy, Christina, and Jenna, and we are three moms trying to do life in the short daylight hours between Carlines. On today's episode, we discuss our March vacations, bathroom etiquette, and Easter. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. Welcome back to Between Carlines. I don't even know what happened on the last episode, so
not a clue. I don't even know when it was.
I think it was before March, like before we even went on our trip.
I am just assuming there's something new in this cupcake. There's something in my cupcake, but I don't know when it got there or how long it's been there.
Really?
It's been there a while because I think I dropped it off like the day after we recorded
my cupcake's
the last
been
one.
Full for a hot minute.
Oh, mine just got filled this morning. It feels pretty heavy too.
I must have seen Jenna when you were out of town or something, and then I just had yours waiting at my house.
I think we did something. I think we went to something. Book club, maybe? Something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, there was a book club while I was gone.
It's been a hot minute.
So it must have been a couple book clubs, so it wasn't the recent book club.
No, it wasn't. No, and I was like, oh shoot, I don't have anything in my cupcake, and I picked it up. I was like, nope, I do have something in my cupcake.
I don't know how Christina keeps track.
Wait, was the last cupcake the one where you used my bag, and I had your cupcake for some reason?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, because you reminded Christy.
Yeah, I think when I gave back your cupcake, I just had it full already.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
stuff stuck.
I don't know. Anyways, I do have some put it in reverse though.
Okay.
All right.
Jenna, we're going to go right back to your insurance business.
Oh.
Did you, have you done anything on social media? Did you start a Facebook, an Instagram? Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
No, we're actually selling it.
Oh, that's a big change from last
There you go.
That's the plan. Joe's like, we don't have time for this. I was like, no, we don't. We certainly don't.
That's so funny.
No, they have somebody that's making a good offer on it. So I think we're going to go for it.
Yeah.
I don't really get how you buy, what you're buying, but I think you buy the appointments.
The clients or
sometimes it's hard to get appointed to like Progressive or to Geico. And so you can buy that appointment. I think. Cool. I don't I know what I'm talking about. I don't know.
Can they change the name, or are they still going to have your name?
No, they can change names, I think. I really have no idea. This is the most thought I've put into it since the last time we filmed
talked
this.
about it over a month ago.
Mm-hmm. All right. The next question is, did anybody add Ash to her playlist? Did you?
No.
I did. No. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Yeah. Good. Okay, tell me, do you have a favorite song?
I haven't heard it come up, but...
She has popped up a lot on my TikTok, and I feel like there was a whole story about her I was going to tell you.
The other opener for Kelsey Ballerini keeps popping, Marilyn, whatever. Marin.
Yeah.
She keeps popping up on my TikTok. See, I added her. Ash.
No, but you haven't heard anything from her?
Her as a whole.
That artist called Role Model that sings the Sally When the Wine Runs Out song that I was like trying to get everyone to get into for Sally's Cruise.
Okay.
He takes people up on stage during that song, and he took Ash up for one of his shows.
I did see that. Okay. And she was like in her pajama. Was she in her pajama? No.
I don't remember.
Sang with Kelsey.
Where was the show?
Her pajamas.
He's been all over. He was just here in Ybor. He was here the night before we left on the cruise. And Ava is like a big fan. So she went, and I actually talked to her about it the other day. She said it was a really great show. But that he just pulled up someone random from the audience at the Ybor show. But at other shows, he's been bringing up like celebrities.
Why was she in her pajamas, though?
No, that was something different. Ash was she like went out into the audience to listen to Kelsey Ballerini, and Kelsey Ballerini like pulled her up to sing, or there was a whole thing, but she was like in her pajamas and was funny. Like called out by, sorry, I mixed them up.
Okay, but why was she in her pajamas? Even then, at the Kelsey Ballerini concert, she was wearing pajamas.
I'm unaware of her logics.
So the guy that wrote, I don't know if he wrote the song with her that got really popular, Ash, like her biggest song that she played at the very end. But he was being interviewed and he was like Ash, when she wrote this song, like I thought it was going to blow up. It didn't even make it on the Billboard list, whatever. And then however many years later, 5 or whatever, it got put into All the Boys I Loved Before, the sequel. So it wasn't even the original one. It was the sequel, but those movies got pretty big. And then that's what blew up the song years later after the fact. So he was just saying you might have a hit on your hands and then it doesn't even become a hit until years and years later. I don't know. I just, now that we're on this Ash kick, it's my whole TikTok has been about her and learning more because she wrote that song after her divorce, I guess.
Yeah, all of her songs
we did
are
know
about her divorce.
Yes,
and they're
about the divorce.
We knew it was going to be in the movie, but you don't know if it's going to be a snippet, if it's just going to be light in the background. And it turned out to be a featured song during a big montage scene. So it just worked out for her, and that's how she's gotten more famous.
That makes me want to watch that movie. Actually, that's on my to-do list.
Did you ever see the first one?
I think I saw the first one, but I haven't seen.
What movie is it?
To All the Boys I Loved Before. It's on Netflix.
I'll have to check that out.
Noah Centineo is the...
I'll probably have to rewatch the first one, too.
It came out during COVID, and oh my goodness, it just got so big. I was obsessed with it. They're based off of books by Jenny Han, maybe?
Was it a show or a movie?
It's a movie, but they've made 2 or 3 of them. And there's a spin-off show called Exo Kitty about the little sister. They're really good, Jenna. You would love them.
Okay.
They're right up your alley.
I'm looking it up. I've definitely seen the first one. I haven't.
Wait, is it written by? Are the books written by Jenny Han, or is that The Summer I Turned Pretty, or did she do
Jenny
both?
Han.
Okay.
I don't know if she did both, but she definitely did this one.
I don't want to give the listeners wrong information, but
yeah,
I do feel like I'm knowledgeable on this topic.
You have a wealth of knowledge on this topic.
Yeah, because listen, guys, I was obsessed with this movie. I was obsessed with Noah Centineo, the lead guy. He's so cute. And then I find out he's from Boca, where I'm from. And then I find out him and his sister and dad, because his parents are divorced, went to my church, this small little church. I don't know if I overlapped with him because my best friend's dad was the pastor. I was very involved there. And she was telling me, she's like, yeah, we used to babysit him, or I used to babysit him. And I'm like, what?
Oh,
how
funny.
is this? He went to Boca High. My friend teaches there. I don't know. It was just really weird and random. And I'm like, oh, so I'm kind of know him, kind of.
Yeah, it looks like he's only 28, so he would have been...
so he's 10 years younger than me. So my good friend who's my age, she said she babysat him at the church. They were in the children's club at the church, and I have no memory of this. So it might have been when I was away at college that this all went down. But I didn't believe her at all. So I had to call other people, and they're like, "Oh yeah, his dad was big in our church." What?
That's funny.
What? He was in that newer Charlie's Angels. He got cast, and he got pretty big after To All the Boys I Loved Before. And now
he was in Switched at Birth. That show. Did you ever watch that? No one?
No, he was on The Fosters. Cool. Are you thinking that? The Fosters?
Yeah, The Fosters.
Yeah.
Switched at Birth was the other one that was the same time.
Similar. Yeah. I watched, so after that, I was who is this guy? And then I watched The Fosters, and then...
He took over for a character that didn't come back.
Yeah, that was in The Fosters.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the brother.
There. It's been a hot minute since I watched that.
I fact-checked that, and Christy is correct.
I knew.
I know Noah Centineo, okay, guys?
Okay.
I know him.
Don't try her.
Although I don't remember the name of the show he's in right now, but it just it didn't get renewed for another season.
Is it The Recruit?
The Recruit, yeah, he's the lead in that.
Womp womp.
Is that all of your Noah knowledge? Can we move on?
That's all of my Noah knowledge.
Okay. It may just come back out in a minute, randomly.
The last Put It in Reverse is talking about The Voice and Angie Ray, which is kind of on a similar topic. But have you guys watched it at all, or no?
I just watched her audition for The Voice.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
The blind.
I watched the first 2 episodes of blind auditions, and I didn't realize the blind auditions go on for 5 episodes. It's so long.
It is a lot.
It's long.
So then I stopped watching and I just tuned back into the last episode to see get an update. And she's still in it.
Oh, she is.
Good.
Yeah. Oops. Spoiler if you don't want to know this. She's still in it.
I feel like, how do you not get spoilers anymore with so much social media?
Spoiler.
Yeah, but I don't know the format of the show too well, but it was a dueling thing where 2 people on the same team had to duel for this one, and one was going to be eliminated. And so they put her up against someone else on Kelsey's team, and then Michael Bublé stole her, so that neither of them would get eliminated.
So she's on Michael Bublé's team now.
So now she's on Michael Bublé's team.
Tricky,
Interesting.
tricky.
So we'll see what happens, but she's still in it. And it's on episode 9. So
of how many?
I have no idea, but there's been 4 eliminations. I guess if there was 5 episodes of blind auditions and then 4 more episodes, I assume it's been 4 eliminations.
Mm-hmm.
There's 8 people left, so she's getting closer.
Yeah. Good for her.
Yep.
So that's all Put It in Reverse?
Yeah, but another thing, actually, Put It in Reverse. I think that the listeners are not up to date on your avocado happenings, Christy.
Well, that's new.
Right, I don't think they've been told.
Yeah.
I tried avocado, guys. I have a video of it. I don't know. I guess Christina can post a snippet if she wants. But I tried it and it was fine. It was not what I was I don't know what I was expecting. It's very bland. It needs salt. It needs something on it. I put them in my smoothies, which are great because I don't love the banana. Bananas are okay, but to make the smoothie creamy, I like the avocado better. But just trying it straight, and everyone in the family tried one morning. Well, not Steve's always been an avocado fan, but the kids both took a bite. So,
but before you started putting them in your smoothies, because you haven't always put them in your smoothie, right? Because you were originally portraying that you had never tried an avocado, but were they in your smoothies before that, or no?
They've been in my smoothies for a while.
Okay.
For a while. Yeah.
She's just never eaten one by itself.
Straight.
Yeah.
Guacamole or...
under the impression that you had just never, ever had any avocado until you
but
sent
I don't
us
feel like
the video.
It doesn't count in a smoothie because you don't taste it. You just taste the fruit or whatever else you put in there.
Because avocados don't have any flavor.
They don't.
No taste.
Apparently. I had no idea.
So have you tried it again with some salt or seasoning or avocado toast or anything like that?
No, maybe I will.
One day.
Did you know that if you put everything with the bagel seasoning on it, tastes better?
I was at Costco yesterday and they had a huge thing of that everything.
Yeah, you don't need
bagel
that much
seasoning.
That seasoning is so good.
My problem is I'm trying not to eat gluten, so I don't know what I would put it on.
I eat it literally out of the shell with everything but the bagel seasoning.
Oh, you just pour it on? I could
just pour it on and scoop it out and eat it.
Yeah, I could do that.
I'm not that hardcore, Jenna. I always
but
a
I don't
bowl,
eat it every day. But
a chicken bowl that would be good, chicken salsa avocado.
Yeah.
It's so good for you, avocado.
Yeah, but I do love some guacamole. So
yeah, and it's good on tacos. It's really good on tacos.
Yeah, it's good on a kava bowl.
Yeah, it is.
They were out of pickled onions the other day. I was so disappointed.
When we were Whole30 and getting kava bowls a lot, But it's expensive to get half of an avocado there. It's like $2.50 or something. And I was outraged.
You can get a bag of them for that much.
I know.
Walmart.
So
organic even.
I went with Steven one day and I packed myself half of an avocado to bring. I pulled it out and I cut it up and I put it in my bowl and then I put the skin to the side and he didn't see me do all that. He looked at me and he goes, "Ew, they didn't even take it out of the skin for you? Who serves an avocado like that?"
No, Grandma brought her own.
I love that you did that, Christina.
And then I brought my own in a baggie in my pocket, and he was
like a homeless person that can't afford.
I probably paid like a quarter for that avocado.
I love Christina.
And I would have paid $2.50.
I would do that at home. Like if I was bringing it home, I wouldn't bring my own avocado into the store.
Listen, it was winter. I was wearing a hoodie. It was like in my pocket. Nobody even knew I did it. It was
you had your pocket
avocados. But I only did it the one time because he made fun of me so much for it. So
well, those bowls do get expensive.
Would have let me have it. Oh,
I stopped using avocado in my bowl though. I won't buy it for that price. So it's either I bring my own or I don't.
If I'm ordering in the app, I don't do it because it tells you right there how much it costs. But when you're just like going down the line,
the app is how I found out.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know. Well, I also get steak in mine. So my bowl's like $17. Like
they really get you.
They do, but it's so good. And it's like all fresh.
Mm-hmm. I haven't gone back actually since the end of Whole30. I want to get those pita chips.
But like if you guys prepped on a Sunday and just like chopped up all your stuff you would need for throughout the week, you just throw your bowls together.
It does not taste the same when you make it at home.
I know.
This is my thing. I need the dressing.
Into it.
The Greek vinaigrette dressing.
Can you buy it there? Or
I don't know.
I don't think they sell their dressing.
I'm sure I could find a copycat.
I bet you could find a copycat online.
All right, I'll try that. I'll report back.
Trying to save you guys some money.
In a month when we come back here, I'll give a report.
This is the opposite of saving me money because now I'm like, maybe I'll go to Cava for lunch after this.
Listen, the other day I was like, guys, Old Navy's having a sale. And my mom's like, you just want Cava. And I was like, yes, I do. Thank you very much.
Old Navy is always having a sale. Did you see that lady on TikTok? She went and spent $200 at Old Navy and then one of the sizes she needed. So she went online and everything she had just bought in the store was like 25% off online.
I literally, what you do, I go in and if I'm going to buy it, you can scan it with your app. Oh, this should have been what is my segment? Whatever that's called. So I scan the tag and I add it to my cart. And then I literally walk up to the register, they scan everything, and I open my cart on the app, and they fix all the prices. I saved like $50 the other day.
Why is it so much cheaper online?
It always is cheaper. Like these teas, $10, $9.99 in the store, $7.99 online. So I'm like $7.99.
And then Old Navy gets you with the shipping because you have to spend like $100 to even get free shipping.
But like I have to order petite because I'm too short. If you're in the store, you can order it and they'll ship it free. Anything in the store, if they don't have your size, you can go up and they'll ship it to you for free. So, yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you're spending enough that you could get free shipping anyway. So if you saved $50,
I needed to try on a few things. So I was already there, and I was like, let me just But like, I bought a dress that said it was $49.99. It was $29.99 online.
That's a huge difference.
It's a bit like why? Why can't we just
like $50 for an Old Navy dress? I'm sorry. Like I can't.
Everything is so expensive.
Last time I went to the mall, I was like, oh, I'm going to go to Abercrombie now that I'm not a poor college student and actually can like afford these things. I can't afford them. Like they're over $100 for dress. It used to be like $50 for an Abercrombie dress when we were in college. Now they're over $100. All of them. Yeah, like, I'm not spending that.
The thought to wear Abercrombie still crosses your mind. Like, no,
but it's made a comeback.
It's made a comeback.
I'm gonna wear Abercrombie. Okay, sure, it's made a comeback, but not for me.
Eagle. Yeah, no, for us. Like literally, it's targeted at us now.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can do it, ladies.
I was like, I'd like to go in, and my sister's like, I won't go with you.
Not at that price.
No, but American Eagle, I think, does the same thing as Old Navy, where they'll match their online prices, and they're always on sale at American Eagle.
Is there one in the mall too, or no?
Yeah.
Listen,
is there an Abercrombie? There's definitely an American Eagle.
There was. I mean, I don't really go there, so I don't know.
There's an American Eagle because Cecilia goes and she gets stuff.
I don't know
from there.
about Abercrombie.
I got so many compliments on the dresses I wore on my vacation with Steve online, and they're all thrifted. Like, I love Style Encore. All of my clothes either come from there or my Lululemon stuff. So it evens out, I guess, like a basic.
It's an average.
Like, I'm sick. No offense, DZ. I'm sick of the Amazon stuff.
Yeah.
Amazon's hit and miss. Like, I got a good pair of jeans
and the prices
other day.
are getting higher for the Amazon stuff now.
Well, you still got to get it on sale on
quality.
Amazon.
Yeah. Amazon is like when a deal comes up. I don't know.
Love
TikTok,
my Style Encore.
I've been TikTok shopping it.
I've gotten some good things off Temu also. So
yeah,
I can't knock Temu. You just got to wait 3 weeks to get your stuff. But
yeah, I got a dress off TikTok shop. I don't know why I ordered this. Like, I should have known this was not going to be it for me. But and I went to return it, and they were like, "Keep it." All the stuff off TikTok shop, they're like, "Keep it."
I haven't tried to do a return.
But it doesn't work.
Do you buy it straight through TikTok, or it doesn't like send you to the retailer of whatever it is?
Through TikTok.
It's straight through TikTok, and it's all affiliate. It's girls, you'll see the same dress on 10 different girls trying to sell it, and you click on their link.
It's like half the price of Amazon.
Yeah,
it's just
but
sometimes they're shipping
Tarte makeup, like good stuff off TikTok shop for less than you would pay at Sephora.
Yeah, for sure.
Cecilia's upset because her TikTok doesn't have a TikTok shop because she's on the Spain version or whatever. So I think it's just America has TikTok shop.
Yeah. Well, we're just lucky we have a TikTok, guys. So because we lost it there for 24 hours. We were down. People were mad. People were upset. People were mad, and it was
a rough 24 hours.
It was, and then the silly people that deleted the app. I never even thought to delete the app, and then you couldn't get it.
Yeah, because you knew it was going to come back. I mean,
I was like, "There's no way." Like, all of America will revolt. They will storm the White House to get their TikTok back. So many people make money off of it. I mean,
they do. They make like millions.
Yeah. Should we talk about our trip for Sally's birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's been forever since we went.
Yeah.
But it really, I guess it has been a month.
We did a 4-night cruise out of Tampa to Cozumel and back there was 9 of us, right?
Yeah.
9 of us. And we had a good time.
Yeah. It was fun.
A kid-free vacation. Mm-hmm. A lot of the moms we went to had never taken a kid-free vacation. And so.
Yeah. And a few of them, it was their first cruise.
Mm-hmm. So it was good. We had a good time.
Yeah.
I had a great time.
I think everybody had a good time.
I had no complaints. Yeah. I think everyone, there were 9 people. So it was a lot of different personalities and whatnot. Yeah. But I think everyone roomed with who they should have roomed with. And like, we split off and did our own things a lot of the time. And I think that worked. Like,
the two
Jen
of
and
you
I went to bed at 8 p.m. every night while everyone else partied till 2 a.m.
Yeah, and we were not doing that.
We went to the gym every day. Yeah. And the other girls wanted to do a Cozumel tour. So they went and did salsa and had a great time. And then we all got together for dinner, which was great. And then we said, we did this today, we did that.
But I think that's it just proves that a cruise is really a nice group
because there's
vacation
something for everybody. Everyone can have their own fun.
Yeah, like when we went to Charleston, it worked really well because we all like similar things. But if all 9 of us were in Charleston, it would have been a cluster of trying to get places, trying to find things everybody wanted to always do. Right. And nobody was offended if you didn't want to do something somebody else was doing. It was nice.
Right. Yeah.
So I recommend cruises for people.
Me too.
We did a flash mob.
Oh yeah, we did the flash mob.
We did the flash mob.
That was
so we
fun.
went to dance rehearsal a couple
We
times.
sure did.
And then we did our big performance on the last night. It was so fun. It was to the Rose and Bruno Mars song, Apata. Apata, apata.
That's the most annoying song. It's like always in my
stuck
head.
in your head so bad.
So frustrating.
I think I forgot to add it to my playlist after all that.
I would never add that to my
It comes
playlist.
onto my workout
doing it right
playlist
now.
almost every morning.
No.
And then I
I'm
want to
doing it
stop
right
my
now.
workout and do the dance. Because now I know it. I
My
really
kids,
know it now.
I like do it when it just comes on randomly, and my kids
Love it.
Fine.
Oh,
Wow.
Do you do
even
the
in
sex?
summer, do it. They're like,
Do you do the sexy move, Christina? Because that was really your
Oh yeah.
the piece de resistance of your dancing. From behind
Listen,
you, it was amazing.
If you had told me 10 years ago I was going to participate in a flash mob, I would have laughed in your face. And so
Really?
because
Because you were the one that really wanted to do it.
I know I
thought.
did really want to do it. I did this time, but I'm just saying, like, it's been a lot of changes.
We should teach the teachers and then do it at lunch during lunch period with all of them.
That would be fun. That would be so fun. Okay,
I'll
it's on my
video
playlist now.
myself and send the YouTube out to the school so they can learn the dance.
See who'll do it with us.
So then after our cruise, it was spring break for all our kids that next week.
Yes.
So Jenna and I went
Got
back
back.
on the same exact cruise
Sure did.
with our kids,
Yeah.
and we did 5 nights.
It was 5 nights was perfect. I think 5 nights was good. I was done at that point. But
Yeah.
Christy, how did it go with your kids? Because you were worried you'd never taken them on a vacation that long, which is crazy to me.
You know, it depended on the moment. At like some moments, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait to, like, I got to get off of this. Because Steve was not with me. So it was just me.
No.
Thank God I had Cecilia. I could not have done it by myself, I decided. Especially like Jenna got sick. I don't know what I would do if I got sick and couldn't leave the room and had the 2 kids in there with me. It would have been miserable.
Yeah. My mom was with me, so thankfully.
Yeah. So at least Cecilia could like watch them for a second while I did this, or sit with one while I did this with the other. It was nice having that extra set of hands and eyes.
Yeah.
And then like I was like, oh my God, that was so fun. Like once we got home, I was like, I would do it again. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It was completely different from the cruise we did because we were doing more kids-centered activities. Steven loved the kids club. Summer, not so much. So,
My kids liked the kids club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's very boat dependent too. Like some kids clubs my kids like better than others, you know. And
Ours was really small.
It was really small. So there were how many people on board? Like 2,000? And I think 600 of them were kids, they said.
Yeah.
So you had to get to the kids club early before it opened or they would not have space for your kid.
So it was always full of people to play with and stuff though, which is nice.
Not in port
not
days.
on the port days.
Yeah.
So Steven was like the only one in there with one other kid on the port day, but he didn't want to leave. Like I called to check in an hour in, like, do you want me to pick you up? He's like, no, he had the best time.
They on the last day of the cruise, it like reopened at 2. I think it was open like 2 to 5 or something. Yeah. And I got in line at like 1:45 and I was like, you got to get Steven here now. Like the line is growing. And so she sent Cecilia running. And normally I'm like really anti cutting lines, but like had he not cut in line in with us, he would not have gotten in at 2:00.
But in all fairness, Jenna was signed up to be able to sign him in and out.
So I was like, oh, I just was like, get in line in Cecilia's eyes. I was like, nope, we're getting in line right here, everybody. Come on. Like, it's not going to work. But Frankie loved it. Like,
the kids did so good at dinner.
They did.
Like, the formal dinner every night.
Yeah.
We brought stuff for them to, like, play, and they did a really good job.
They only knocked over 1 cup of water on the first night.
One.
On to Christy.
The boys. It was honestly the 8-year-old, 9-year-old were a little bit tougher than the 3-year-olds. The 3-year-olds were just sitting doing their thing. They just
hung out.
But the boys were kind of roughhousing with each other, so that they had to be talked to a few times.
Yeah. To be expected.
Yeah.
So we were just quick. We were like, let's go. That's fast. We don't need a long, drawn-out dinner.
And our waiters were probably the best I've ever had on a cruise. They were so not annoying and up our butts the entire time. They, like, checked in once. You good? Okay. Yeah. And left us alone the whole night. Like, that is one thing that really bugs me on these cruises. Because they want
the long speeches.
They want tips at the end. And they're just like, do you need anything else? Can I get you a second dish, a third dish? Like, what else can we do for you? How's your food? And it's like,
only one time did they do it to Cecilia. She got the pork bow bun things or whatever. And they, she ate the inside of it, but didn't really eat the outside. So it looked like she didn't touch it. And the guy came back and he was like, I will get you something else. And he came right back with shrimp because she had gotten shrimp the past 2 nights. And she was like, no, it's fine. It's fine. And she's like, okay, thank you. I was like, Cecilia, want me to get you something else? I'll get you more. I'll ask for more. She's like, no, please, no.
Well, that was like funny. when our waiter kept putting the extra meal, the extra entree in the middle of the table. Yeah. It was like nice, but also I hate wasting food. And so when nobody was eating it, I was just feeling guilty that it was like being wasted. Come on, just eat some shrimp, damn it. Eat the shrimp.
So much food. I can't even imagine the food waste on a cruise. Like, it's got to be a lot.
I think they shred up their food and feed it to the fish, though, don't they? Like I thought that they did.
I don't know.
Somewhere.
You took some tour on your last cruise. Did they tell you that?
No, our tour wasn't a galley tour. It was the bridge tour. So I didn't talk about that. But but the bridge tour was cool.
One thing I was really excited about was I knew the flash mob dance from the first cruise. And so the guy leading it, Keith, I'm like, Keith, are you going to be here Saturday? I'm coming back. Like, I'll do the flash mob again. It's the same dance. He's like, yeah, I'll be here. It's the same dance. I'm like, perfect. Get there. Keith is not there. And I had to ask 3 different people because they were all being really shady about where he was. And then I asked,
not supposed to say anything.
Right. Yeah. But they weren't saying, they're like, oh no, he's not here. And I'm like, well,
right. Like he just stayed in Cancun for the weekend.
Finally, I got out of I think she's the manager of the activities department. She's the boss. That he got hurt and had to be sent home. And she was really sad because he was her best employee. And she's like, I just texted with him this morning. He's doing well. He's back home. And I'm like, okay. But
when you told me he wasn't on your boat, I was sad. And I'm like, I'm not even on this boat. And I was so sad he wasn't there for it. I was like, oh, he was so great.
Yeah. And so they had a new girl running the dance and she changed it up a little bit. It wasn't the exact same, but we also had so many more people doing it that they had to change it up. It was packed.
Yeah,
I took one for the team. I was in charge of the children.
Jenna had no desire to do the flash mob, but Cecilia did it, which I was excited about.
Yeah.
I got a good spot.
And she said she had fun.
Up top. And I like set up chairs and made like a corral and kept the children in. And people kept trying to take my chairs and like sit on top of us. And I was like, excuse me, I've been here, move.
Yeah.
But like I was trying to film, had all 4 kids, and it was kind of
It was perfect though, because when we finished our flash mob, we ran upstairs to sit with Jenna, and we had the perfect view for the parade of flags.
Because they switched it.
On this cruise, the flash mob was before the parade of flags.
Yeah.
So it was truly a surprise then for the people who were there. Like,
yes,
like
there were
they
children
said, like.
Out on the
they
floor.
were little kids dancing, and they're like, clear the dance floor, and the parents were not clearing the 2-year-olds. So this one lady that was part of the flash mob went, and she like picked up someone else's chip.
She was like,
move.
Because we had on our boat were these silver Rockettes from the Villages.
Yes,
it's their dance team from the Villages, and they showed up every night in full costumes.
Oh, it was great. They sparkled
over the top.
Always sequins, matching.
Sequin shoes, shorts, shirt, hat, belts, the whole thing. They are living their best lives is what they're doing. So good for them, but it was a lot.
But another thing I loved about this cruise, which will probably never happen again, is our cruise directors from Ireland. And it was St. Patrick's Day on our cruise. So the boat went all out, where I feel like none of the other boats probably did. And she even taught her own Irish dancing class. Yeah. And that was the most fun. Even Cecilia said that was her favorite night of the cruise. Yeah. And I wish we had any video of it.
Right.
But nobody took video.
No.
That's reminding me, too, of the America's Golden Dream dancers on our cruise, Jenna, that we're going to join when we turn 55.
We turn 50.
Or 50, yeah.
Yeah, we just got to get to 50. I feel like we can make it.
I was telling the Silver Rockettes about them because those dancers did a full performance on the stage. And I told the Silver Rockettes, you should have called ahead of time and seen if you could do a performance.
They had costumes.
They didn't know about it. They had to Google. And
every night, like in the Centrum, when they were like playing music, if a song came on that they had to dance to, they'd get in a big circle and they would do the dance, like the whole thing. Like
like Sweet Caroline. They had a whole little with the kicking.
They have a baton squad. Like that does the twirling in the Villages because they have parades all the time.
Yeah,
and I always see videos of them with their batons. They're marching.
What's that called though? It's called something else. Not baton squad because they called it something. Yeah, and I was like, oh, is that like batons? And they said, yeah. I forget the name.
Yeah.
I feel like Christina's searching it up.
I was looking up. I'll look up the baton squad too here. I was looking up the food waste thing.
Oh, they really made me want to like join them in the Villages when I get
the Villages Twirlers show team.
Yeah. I have a couple of friends.
Twirlers, maybe they just called it. I was like, oh, like baton.
The Twirlers. Twirling with a vengeance.
But they look like they have the most fun. Majorette. Yeah.
It's called a majorette. I have a couple of friends who have that I used to work with that have friends that have retired up there. So every time something comes up, I send it. I was like, were you guys at this parade today? And they're like, how do you know? Like social media gets you.
It looks so fun.
Yeah. They have golf teams and I'm sure there's a lot of pickleball.
I need to join some sort of community like this when I retire because
I feel like it's the
fun.
new
sounds like college all over again.
Yeah, it's like the new age Sun City Center. Sun City Center is kind of like meh.
Yeah, there's one. I think it's a little bit west of the Villages. But it's like in Ocala. It's called the Top of the World.
Yes.
Have you guys heard of this one?
Yes.
So my friend's parents live in the Top of the World, and I don't know, maybe it starts at 50 or 55, but they have sections. So it'll be like the 50 to 65-year-olds, or you can go to the clubhouse. That's for the 80 to 90-year-olds. So it's even specialized like that. And they have clubs for everything. They have their own book club that just like this. I'm sure they have dance clubs and all of this.
Yeah.
But when we went to visit them, I was like, I legit want to move here. It seems so fun. Everyone just drives around on their golf carts to their little activities.
Pimped out golf carts. It's not a golf cart. It's a pimped out with sides, air conditioning, lights. Like it is.
It seems
all
really
out.
fun. Just
I'm in.
So in
your own
20
party
years,
town.
let me know where you guys decide, and I'll just convince
then you can
Steve
join
that's where I
us.
gotta.
Jenna and I will lead the charge.
Yeah, we will. Sally will come right
Find
behind
all
us.
the cool people, so then I can just slide in and be in the in crowd.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Really, like we could just Golden Girls this up. Like I would be all in on a Golden Girl style lifestyle. Just hang out with the ladies.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what we do now. So
Yeah. We just need somebody to
keep it rolling.
Yeah. I'll be the old lady. I'll be what's her? Sophia, who in real life was younger than the other ladies on the show.
She just looked older.
Yeah.
Go figure.
So I guess you'll have to be Sophia, Christy. Sorry about it.
All right.
Okay, so you guys, Google is telling me that it's true that there aren't regulations, I guess, about dumping food waste into the ocean. And so the cruise lines grind it into tiny particles and release it where it's permitted, and they call it fish food. So I'm kind of I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I don't know if they should be eating their cousins, the shrimps, but
they're
you gotta
dining
do what you
on
gotta
prime
do.
rib. They're like, it's formal night. Tomorrow we'll have prime rib.
You know how like the cruises always kind of follow like the same path, and you'll like cross other cruises in the middle and stuff. I wonder if there's a higher concentration of ocean life in the areas where they dump food because they know it's coming.
Like when you go to like on scuba diving tours, all the fish come there because they like feed the fish. They chum the water.
I feel like Sally would know the answer.
100% she knows.
Seems right up her alley to know the
She like
answer to
knows
these
the
questions.
consistency of the grinded down food to the particle level of 0.357. And how do you guys not know that? I'm always like, I don't know, Sally. I don't know how you know this, honestly. Even things I'm interested in, I don't know that much about.
Do we want to do our junk in the trunk?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Feels heavy. I'm excited.
It's a heavy one.
Should we do that?
Christy has a little bonus in hers, so Jenna, don't be jealous, okay?
Already jealous.
Oh, here we go.
It's a blood orange. Oh, hemp and adaptogen infused sparkling water. Whoa. Calm, cool.
What flavor is yours? Mine is black cherry.
Mine's blood orange.
I gave you citrus because you're the only person I know who likes citrus flavors.
I do like citrus. An antidote to modern times.
It's not April Fool's.
What do you have?
You really got this in on time. So Christina, I was driving to drop Steven off, and she was driving to my house, like in between dropping the boys and Livy off, because I could see Livy in her car.
Junk. Yeah, I had to put her junk in there.
And I said, "Oh, you caught me violating car line because I entered into an area where last year you were allowed to, but this year they don't want you entering there, and they used to block the road so you couldn't go. But halfway through the year, I noticed they stopped blocking the road." And so I was like, well, I'm just going to take this way. They're not blocking it. And it's like drive all the way around for no reason. So I've been going this way. And so she gave me a car line violation.
I hope it's official. I hope it's on the record.
Parent inappropriate conduct, it says. Entered car line from non-designated road. Who did get to write this? This isn't your handwriting.
No, I ran into the office and I said, I need you to write me a car line violation.
And they're like, yeah, let's do it.
She's like, okay, yes, She gets her pen and I'm like, but I don't want you to enter it into the computer. Oh, who's it for? I was like, it's for Christy. She's like, okay. And she pulls out her file.
She follows me on Facebook and she wrote me a happy anniversary on my Cabo stuff.
Oh, so funny.
Yeah, so this is what was in my trunk. It says to the parents of Steven. And I'm like, what the heck is this? This would have been good yesterday, Christina.
I know it would have been good. I was mad that it wasn't still April 1st. But she was like, wait, you need an envelope? I'm going to do it like I do the official ones. And she pulled out all her stamps. Stamping it.
Do you guys really pass out Carline violations?
Oh, yeah, we really do.
And then, and if you don't have any at the end of the year, you get 5 volunteer hours. So, like, getting one sucks because then you'd lose out on those 5 hours. But I've already hit my hours, so I'm like, whatever. If they give me a violation, they give me a violation. But no one from the school is even over in that area. It's these kids from aftercare that are helping people cross the road, but they're not looking or paying attention or giving any cares as to what anyone's doing.
Well, yeah, because if you're going out to the road, you can drive that way, right? And you just go around.
Anyone can drive that way. Right. But I just get over. Instead of going straight, I just get over and get in Carline.
I didn't even know it was a Carline violation until she texted me that I caught her violating Carline. So then I was like, I have got to get this in her trunk. I have got to get a violation in her trunk.
You should have sent it home with Steven. He would have been horrified.
I wish I could save this for Steve and then be like, you got us a car. But he's never once used Carline ever.
Well, you could get a violation for Walker, too. Just tell him he did something at Walker. Oh, no, because it says
no, because you wrote.
Well, I didn't write it.
Well, at first, when it said parent inappropriate conduct, I'm thinking like I wore something to pick up. Like I wore something inappropriate. And that's when I was like, what? And then reading.
Because I said to her, she was like, what's the violation for? And I said, well, she entered from where you're not allowed to enter. And I was like, how do we word that professionally? And she was going to try to type it in, but it was PDF. So I was like, well, what do you do when people don't have one of these, like, because it's only got like 5 reasons or whatever? And she's like, I write it in. And I was like, oh, okay, well then just circle inappropriate conduct and write it in.
Okay, are we trying this now?
I don't know. I'm calm, cool, collected. Infused. Well, I guess we just don't have to drink it all.
It just has L-theanine in it. It's supposed to like calm you. Have you tried these before, Christina?
I haven't tried them. We saw them at Sprouts on a date night, and we got a bunch.
Let's see if these calm me down.
For you guys.
It does have a broad spectrum hemp extract.
Yeah, but you don't taste it like that. You gave us on the cruise.
And then I just went to sleep.
The CBD hemp shots.
They were things that we've seen before. We did this. So it came in, and as we were preparing for the cruise, Christy was at the house. I was like, oh, these things came. Let's midday take these giggle drops. And we did. And we didn't really feel anything. Like, nothing. I didn't feel like drunk.
We giggled for a minute. But
I feel like we giggled because of thinking about it.
It was the placebo effect.
Because I'm like, can I drive home after taking these giggle drops?
Yeah.
But those are fine. So then Jenna got the shots. Like there were these little bottles.
They were
they just tasted like gross.
But I will say you did giggle a lot at dinner that night. That's when you did the giggle.
No, diddle diddle.
Whatever you did, but it sounded like giggle. And Christina and I were like, what are we doing?
But I hated it. It just made me so sleepy.
I fell asleep at 2 shows.
So sleepy.
I slept through 2 things.
Feel like I just wanted to go to bed. I was not about it. And then I felt way better the rest of the cruise. So I'm never taking that stuff
we left
again.
The shots
we bought
behind.
these for you guys. I was like, Steven, we have to get these for Junk in the Trunk because Chrissy is just constantly trying a variety of items.
She's on a mission to find what she wants.
He was like, well, let's just buy them right now. And then I swear we get home and like the next morning you were like, so we got giggle drops for the cruise. And I was like, see?
It doesn't taste like anything.
No, this tastes like a LaCroix or...
Well,
it'd be better cold.
What's it called? Recess?
Oh, that's true. It's not cold.
It's not cold.
It's only 15 calories. It's got a gram of protein, though.
Well, hot dog.
I feel the muscle
like
coming
a drink with protein in it. 0 added sugar, but 3 grams of sugar. So I'm sure that's the juice. Oh yeah, contains 7% juice.
Oh, you should have mine. 21% juice. Four carbs from 4 grams of sugar.
I have 3 carbs.
0 sugar.
Wait,
4
I'm going to
carbs.
see if this is Bobby approved.
Better.
Wait, yours has no sugar, Jenna, or no added?
No. It says no added sugar.
No added
I
sugar.
already know this isn't Bobby approved because it says natural flavors. Do you know when things say natural flavors, it's like just a blanket statement? It could be a billion things.
Mm-hmm. That's how they get away with it.
Yeah. That makes
Mine
me
has
mad.
orange tea infusion. I got orange oil. That's where my protein comes from.
This has tart cherry juice in it. That's supposed to make you sleepy, like a sleepy time tea. Yeah,
how's
tart
the flavor?
cherry powder.
Like, does it taste good?
Yeah,
it's really good. I don't taste anything funky in here at all. It just tastes like cherry LaCroix.
Like those other shots tasted like grass, like straight up like mulch and grass.
Yeah, they were gross.
0 out of 10. Don't.
I love this Carline violation. What would have been good is if I had never told you and you just saw me entering in and
but I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have even known it was a Carline violation.
That's funny. No Carline violations for Jenna.
You like, if you violate Carline, it's really hard to violate Carline. Like, you're coned off. You can't.
Yeah, how would you even violate it? Switching lanes midway through?
Yeah, people do that, and that's annoying.
Yeah,
but
see, that's a Carline violation.
No, they call
I can't
you over
believe
the
you guys
walkie,
don't give Carline
and they
violations.
pull them out. They pull you out, and you have to go sit by the front, and you have to get out and go in. You can't go through Carline.
Oh wait, like for the everyday,
or like just that day. If you do it more than once,
you change lanes, pull over right now.
You have to they pull you up to the front, and you have to sit and wait. Like if your kid doesn't come out, there's a lane that you go sit in while your kid is coming. But
it does say there's 10 milligrams of CBD in here.
Is that a lot? I don't know what that equates to.
I don't know. Not much. I
bet Sally knows. I've just decided Sally knows all the things. But she really does. Like, that's the scary part.
Hemp extract centers the body, eases the day. Adaptogens to help maintain balance.
It creates a moment in time to do with it what you wish. Calm, cool, collected. Sounds like Christina might need some.
Just let us know how you feel later, ladies.
Listen, I could not wake up yesterday morning. Like, I never sleep through I never just snooze and snooze and snooze. I could not get up to the point that I
something
almost
with the moon.
I don't know, because I was sitting in speech therapy and I was like this. And my kid's like, I'm in the room with the speech therapist and my kid, and I'm like, finally, afternoon, I woke up and I was like, what is happening? Today it was better.
I've been going to bed super early every night and sleeping all the way through the night. I don't know.
Same.
Maybe our bodies are just we need the rest.
Everybody got knocked down last week with a really bad cold and flu symptom-y. Both kids home. My favorite thing.
Do you want to test drive us, Jenna?
Yeah. So my test drive is about cruises. Look at that. It's like I knew what I was doing. So I didn't really test drive anything other than nasty CBD shots on the first cruise, which 0 out of 10 don't recommend. But we did do things on the cruise with the kids, because I feel like you have to be more prepared when you have your children. So one thing we did is we had lanyards, because we were on an old boat that you had to slide your card in and out each time, which was annoying. And because if you put it in we put it in the little pocket that had little case holder things, it was annoying. But the lanyards were nice because everybody's stuff was you could just pull it off your neck.
I love the lanyards.
So
Except those ones were hard to get the card out of the slot.
They were. I was thinking
a leather one would be better.
Yeah, or if you just hole punched the card and just had it just hooked on there, and then you just had to.
That's an idea.
But I didn't know if it did something.
You're allowed
to
to do
car.
that? Yeah.
Yeah. Because it wasn't a tap. It was like an insert thing. Christina taught us this, and I know Christy said she didn't know if it was helpful, but the pouches that hang on the back of the door, I actually put everybody's shoes in it and then put like some other things up top because shoes ended up everywhere in our room because my kids walk in and shoes are off. Like, we're done, we're out.
Yeah.
So that was nice to keep everything up off the floor. A thing I wish I would have brought. It. Yeah. It worked out really well.
I gave Christina back hers today. I put everything in there, and it was so good as we're walking out the door, looking at it, being like, oh, I need to put this, I need this.
Yeah. I wish I would have brought a laundry bag, but other than that. And then one thing that I had on this cruise that I would not recommend again is a handicap room.
You didn't like it.
Oh, I can't wait till Christina hears these stories.
I didn't tell you about this, did I?
No, I just saw the video of a huge room.
So Jenna gets on the boat. We both picked the cheapest rooms. We're like, we'll let the boat pick for us where we are. Yep. We did try to get upgraded, but neither of us got upgraded. We get on, like, I'm in this tiny room with 4 people, and Jenna's like, we got a handicapped room, and it's so
room is huge.
big and giant. It's sending us videos.
Like, the bathroom is the size. Oh. But what they don't tell you is in these handicap rooms are little help I've fallen buttons.
No.
With little strings on them. And
all over the room.
All over. 10 minutes into being in this room, my 3-year-old pulls one. And no joke, 5 minutes later, security is there, knocking on the door. You open the door. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like, you're on video. He's got a video camera. He's like, you're on video. And I was like, okay. And he's like, is everything okay? Is somebody hurt? And I'm like, no, I'm sorry. My 3-year-old. I said, how do I turn them off? You can't turn them off. They're on. This junk is on. Then outside the door is a light switch and another handicap help I've fallen button. So at 2 a.m., my mom goes to go to the bathroom to turn on the light, and she hit the handicap button. 2 a.m. Knock, knock, knock. Ma'am, they had to come in and check the room.
They have to come in.
We're all in bed, and they're checking the room. Make sure there's nobody laying on the floor. And I was like, sweet Jesus, get me out of here. So we go a couple of days with no issues.
Wait, and where's the other one? Where's the last one?
2 a.m. Nobody is up in my room moving. Everybody is sound asleep. Somebody called 911 from your room. I said, what? You know where there's another button? Behind my pillow.
Right behind the pillow.
Literally, I took a picture and I sent it to Christy and I said, this is why they're calling me. Like, no joke. She rolled
over in the middle of the night and hit the button.
Yeah, I sure did. Sure did. So, heads up. Don't, like, can you see this picture? So this is my pillow. This is the button right here.
Right behind it.
I would have definitely hit that like 15 times.
Yes.
I would have been so mad. Like, if they were coming and having to scan the room at 2 a.m.
Yes.
I would have lost
But,
it.
like, whoever, there had to have been another grouping of people that was just 2 people or maybe 4 people that didn't have kids with them. Like, to
like
put
they
in
put
that
the
room.
people with a toddler in a room with buttons and pulls.
And no way to turn it off.
And no way to just, like, ignore.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like, can you just, like, mark it? He's like, no, every time it's pushed. And apparently there was, like, a reset button, but my mom tried, when she set it off that first night, she tried to hit the reset button, and they still came. So,
which makes you feel safe if you're a handicapped person on a cruise. Like,
except
they're really looking out for your well-being.
No, because I was on the 2nd floor. And if there was an emergency, how am I getting to the lifeboat on the 5th floor? I'm not going to get there because I'm on the 2nd floor with the fishes. I'm going down. So that was bad planning.
Oh man, that was a good story.
It was nice because it was like so open because I had like a king size bed, a couch, 2 bunk beds. So I just put the toddler on the couch and Wyatt on the bunk bed. So then there wasn't a bunk bed above any of the other beds.
Yeah.
Like that was nice, but never. I will ask to be moved if I end up in a handicap room again. No, thank you.
Did you know in advance you were in it though, or were you?
No, I knew my room number,
probably
but
could have Googled the room number.
Yeah, I could have looked it up, but
you can Google the room number, and usually there's people that have done tours of like every room on a cruise ship.
Yeah,
I'm sure the map says that it's handicapped, but still, I was like, at first I was so excited, and then I was like, nobody touch it. And like Frankie would go in, and it's right next to the toilet. Like,
yeah.
What a mess.
We didn't talk about the best part of our cruise, Jetta, which was my neighbor, Sydney's husband, because I've talked about Sydney. I've talked about Sydney a few times on this podcast. Her husband is a harbor pilot for the Tampa Bay. So he's the one that gets to drive all the cruise ships and like the big freight ships out and in of Tampa, the port of Tampa. So he got assigned to our boat and was texting me and was like, all right, at this time, I'm going to be climbing down the side of the boat if you want to watch me. Because what happens is he drives it out into the ocean, then gives it over to the captain. And then he climbs down the side of the boat onto his little like harbor pilot boat that they drive up alongside. And then they pick up the like other people from the other ships.
3 boats like in a row the day.
Yeah, we had 3 ships sailing out the same day, cruise ships.
So first of all, they say we'll be on the starboard side. Well, you know, none of us knew that was. So we're Googling.
Like the front part, starboard side.
We're like, we don't know. We don't know.
And then there's only 2 outdoor like levels. So I was like, should we be on level 5 or level 10? And he's like, well, level 10's closed due to wind. It was really bad.
It was very windy.
So we're on level 5 and we're waiting and it's around time and I'm like
leaning over the side. Christy's like screaming at the children.
The anxiety.
And I'm just like whole half body off. I'm like, I don't see anything yet, y'all.
Where's the boat? Where's the boat? We don't see the boat. And then like out of nowhere, this boat like drives up. And I think your mom was the first one to see it.
Yeah.
And like, all these people are looking at us like, what are you guys looking for?
But it was like we were up towards the front.
We were all the way at the front, and it was more towards the middle. So
we
by
take
the time
off running,
but
no joke,
we realized
we're running with children. We've left all of our stuff behind.
There he is. By the time I got my phone out to take video, he had just landed onto his boat.
No joke. We run. We're all in like nice outfits. We've been at dinner. We hustled through dinner because we know we're going to go under the Skyway. So we made it out to the Skyway.
Because he said what?
So he takes it all the way past the Skyway.
Past the Skyway. Like 20 minutes past the Skyway.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he's like 20 minutes after the Skyway or 30 minutes after the Skyway is when I'm getting off.
So we're watching. We find the boat. And then I was like, guys, the boat's like, it's staying back. It's not getting close enough.
It's not coming up. Yeah. So we had to
no
run.
Way. So we're running, and then all of a sudden we just see his back, and he's like, step, and he jumps onto the boat. And he turns, and he knows to look for us, and he's waving.
We're like, Brad! I have the video. It's so good. I'm like, Brad! He's like, waving.
And then other people were out there with us, and they were like, that was the coolest thing we've ever seen. We're like, you're welcome.
So cool. And then they start driving the boat like up more past us, and he comes out and he waves like, have a good trip, have a good time. And I'm like, thank you.
And then he like left and circled around and went to because we were the first ones out. There were 2 boats behind us.
And I was texting Sydney, and she's like, you for sure made his entire day, night. Like he probably felt like a celebrity, but he was a celebrity to us.
We thought it was great.
I didn't know this existed until I met them. They moved in, and like I met and heard what he did. I thought the cruise ship captain was the one that drove the boat.
Right.
But because these ports are
The channel
the shelf and the tide, and you have to
look
know.
at Christy's big words here. The shelf.
Well, he has a map in the house of Tampa Bay of the shelf and like the depths of every single area. It changes. He had to fill that out for his testing. He had got a blank map and he had to fill in the depths of every little thing. I mean, it's insane. He had I think Sydney said he had to take like a year off to just study for this huge test.
Jeez.
And then he's the one that drives them all in and out because the captains can't learn all of that for every port they're going to. And I don't know. It was hands down one of the coolest things I ever got to experience. And I was like,
the kids were super in it. Like the kids were like, we don't see it. We can't see it. And I'm like not dangling children over the edge, but like Christy's like, get away from the edge. And I'm like, here, look, guys, look, what do we see?
It made me so nervous, but yeah, it was so good. And then he was like, I'll have the captain send you something. And then on the last night, we got to our room and there was like these cheesecakes and cookies.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
So look out for your harbor pilots next cruise you take out of Tampa.
So cool. And I don't know all the specifics, but I think there's only 50 of them in the United States. It's a very hard job to get. And they only have a certain number for each port. So like when someone retires or passes away or something, that's the only time there's like an availability to get a slot. And you and a bunch of people are competing. You have to take that test I was telling you about. And they said sometimes the test scores are within like decimals of a point of each other, that whoever comes in second will take the first person to court to have the tests re-looked at to try to get the job. That's how competitive it is.
I don't want to be in anything. But once you get it, that's your job
for life. And they're in a union or something, so they can like request, we want this much money next year, and they can get big raises and bonuses because there's only so many of them.
Yeah.
But I think it's a really fascinating job. But I guess there's a movie or there was a book written that the Skyway Bridge actually got ran into.
Yeah.
At one point in time. And I don't know if it was the harbor pilot's fault or something happened, but yeah, that's why you need like a specialist to drive out under that bridge. And that bridge is also the reason why we can only have the smaller cruise ships here, because the bigger ones would not be able to fit under it. So I heard they've been talking about building a port on the other side of the Skyway Bridge so that we could get the bigger ships.
Yeah.
Which would be cool.
Like Bradenton would be a good spot, like down there. Not St. Pete. They can't handle all those people. I also heard that Royal Caribbean might be making new smaller ships for ports like Tampa. Like instead of just making these huge ones every year, they keep making the biggest in the world. They might make newer small ones, so they're all because like fresh. The boat we're on is old. It's an old lady.
But it's still fun. There's still stuff to do. Even if the kids had plenty to do, even though they didn't have any of the fun, like water slides or anything.
Yeah. No, the kids had a good time. I feel like you can find people on our boat. On the big boats, you can't find people. Like if you get separated and you can't text, you can't find them. But
we didn't participate in the egg drop, but that looked fun. We watched it.
It did look fun.
Yeah.
There were a lot of eggs that made it to the bottom. People are getting real good with their...
Yeah, they are. And then some people literally like toss their egg. Like, blunk.
Like tied a plastic bag to it.
Yeah. They're like, that looked good.
Hope for the best. All right, let me do my Florida moms. Go. This was on a local Facebook post. At what age does it start to become questionable, inappropriate for a parent to bring the opposite gender child into the bathroom with them? I had a guy flip out today because my 5-year-old accompanied me into the bathroom. This wasn't even on my radar as being potentially controversial as at his age. So I'm trying to figure out if I need to start having plan B bathroom plans if he's too nervous to go by himself or if the other individual was just out there in his opinion. Location was a public library with no posted bathroom policy, if that matters.
This is a dad or a mom?
Completely appropriate.
It was a dad.
A dad brought her son into the bathroom?
Wait. No. A mom brought her son into the women's bathroom with her. And the dad went to the front at the library to complain about her because his dad's on his daughter was in there or something. I don't know the age of his daughter, but I guess his daughter was in the bathroom and he got mad that this mom brought a 5-year-old boy into the bathroom that his daughter was also
depending on where we'll take my 9-year-old into the bathroom and make him wait outside the stall. Like, depending on where we are.
A gross overreaction from that dad.
Yeah. I would be more concerned with a 5-year-old standing outside a bathroom by himself with no one around.
Mm-hmm.
More than a 5-year-old going in a women's bathroom. Yeah, that dad's nutter butters.
I think there's far more things to worry about. I mean, first of all, it was the little boy in the women's room. He was in a stall anyway, so it completely has no effect on the daughter.
No.
In any way.
Yeah. Does the guy not realize women's bathrooms have stalls?
We're not just squatting in front of everyone.
Squatting at the urinals.
Yeah, that would be weird. Could you imagine all of us just like squatting, hovering?
Steve, on our vacation, I think it was the spa bathroom. He was like, the urinals were so high in that bathroom. He's like, my balls were almost touching like the bottom of the thing. And I'm like, what? And he goes, and I'm 6 foot. Like, I don't know how a shorter man would be able to use. And I'm thinking well, and then we're going over all the scenarios as to how technically I don't have a penis. I don't know how it works. But I was like, well, could he just stand back and like point it up? And he was like, yeah, but then it would still get on you as the stream.
Yeah.
You really have to push that stream out hard and fast.
Man.
He was like, I almost had to go on my tiptoes. That's how high up it was. I don't
like all of them or just the one he chose.
Oh.
Okay. Maybe short guys just have to go into the toilet.
And honestly, like people from Mexico and they tend to be shorter.
That was his whole thing. He was like in Mexico of all places.
Yeah. Like they definitely have a shorter population.
They're tiny.
You guys are gonna have to bamboozle that out. We can't air that.
No, but like
that's just matter of fact.
It is.
Steve's 6 foot. The average male is 5'8". So
does he have short legs?
Average.
Is he like long torso, short legs?
That could be. That could be. I don't know.
What's his inseam?
Sorry for all you short kings. Don't use the spot.
Yeah. If you find yourself at the Mexican spa, be careful.
Oh man.
Well,
things women don't have to worry about.
Yeah. I feel back to the taking the kids in the bathroom, I would be more concerned with taking a little girl into the men's bathroom, especially with urinals and penises out.
Yeah.
At 5, just because that's a little bit scarring for a girl. But you do what you have to do to keep your kids safe. Like, I'd rather them see a penis than get abducted.
Steven goes by himself now, and I just tell him himself. I'm like, if anything funny happens, just start screaming.
But you guys, I texted Sally when you said she would know if 10 milligrams was a lot. I texted her, and she didn't reply back for a while. And she usually replies. So I was like, maybe she thinks I accidentally sent it to her, and she's not going to respond. But then she said, no. That's the standard dose for gummies. 300 milligrams is a high dose, LOL. She's laughing at me for not knowing this, apparently. And then she said she knows somebody who used to take 30 milligrams for a calming effect. So I guess 10 is like not.
I am no
Was
longer
she talking
going
about CBD or THC though? Because they're different.
I specifically asked about
5 is
CBD.
THC for the. It might be the similar.
Because you said it was CBD in that, right?
Yeah, but I thought we were talking about Sally would know about the fish in the water.
We said she would know about a few things.
I'm not going to Google things anymore. I'm just going to be like, I'm going to Sally it. Like,
and then Sally's bitching to everyone. Couldn't she just Google this?
Like,
no,
again,
I think she enjoys.
She does.
I think she enjoys.
Yeah, of course.
We'll have to make her watch.
She's full of useless knowledge
when it comes out.
Did you drink your whole thing?
Yeah, it's almost gone. A little bit. I don't feel any different.
No, I don't.
You don't feel
it might take.
Much.
Oral meds take like 30 minutes to kick in, so it might take like 30 minutes.
But it is U.S. grown hemp, so.
Speaking of letting Steven go to the bathroom by himself at public places, yesterday I got a notification on my phone that our HelloFresh box was delivered to the wrong house because it was a picture of not my front door. But I knew it was the house one street over that has the same house number, and our street names are very similar.
It's lot of our stuff gets sent there. Tried to eat your food, right?
No, this is that's a different one. I don't. Uber driver, I don't know what they were doing. So I said, Steven, do you want to go on a mission for me? So I let him go by himself one street over to get the box. Totally forgetting how heavy those boxes are because they come with huge ice packs in them.
His poor arms are this big around, like.
So I'm just waiting. I show him, I go, this is what the door looks like. You'll see our box. It's the same house number. It's on this side of the road. But he felt so cool that he could go do it by himself. And so he comes back. He's like, Mom, you got to help. And he's like, I dropped it 4 times. It was so heavy. He goes, a kid came over and asked if I needed help. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, bud. But he didn't. And then 5 minutes later, I get a knock on the door. And it's the neighbor whose house he took it from with the Amazon driver. And he's like, hey, I think there was a mix up with the delivery. And I said, oh, yeah, sorry. Like my box got delivered to your house. And he's like, yeah, so the driver came back to fix it, but we looked on my Ring camera and a little boy picked it up. And I said, yeah, that's my son. I just sent him to get it quickly. I said, I told them on the phone that, we grabbed it. And the poor Amazon driver didn't speak any English. So he got very confused, but thankfully the neighbor spoke Spanish and was able to explain to him what was happening. But then I had to apologize. I'm like, I'm sorry. I think a lot of our stuff gets, put at your house. Yeah. The huge patio table we got delivered to their house. And me and Grandpa had to go over and carry this huge thing together.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was a nightmare, but it was funny. And I was like, I wonder what Christina would think of me sending Steven one straight over to carry this heavy box.
No, I let my kids play outside without me, the boys.
You do? Yeah. I just letting Steven a little more.
But they do have watches so we can communicate with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And track them.
Like Wyatt knows where he can and can't go. He helps. There's a lady that has a lot that goes all the way through. So we can see the back of her lot from our street. Mm-hmm. And she gardens it, and Wyatt is always over there gardening with her.
That's cute. I bet she loves it.
She's like, I just love that Wyatt. I said, yeah, sometimes. Sometimes.
Well, I watched a video on TikTok of a mom that had read that same book as me to let your kids do more. And I forget the name of it now. And so she parked at Chick-fil-A and let him go in and order his food and get it. And he did. He was so proud of himself, too.
Yeah.
He'd never done it before. She gave him cash.
But it was 7-year-old, 5-year-old, 7-year-old, something.
No, he wasn't 5. He was probably 7 or 8, I would say.
I just don't know that I would send my kid in at
but
7.
He was so excited.
Mostly because he would just get an ice cream and a brownie and be like, got lunch.
I might do it with Steven, though, because I think he would really love doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wyatt loves going like up to the counter and like doing, I'm like, hey, can you go up there and get this or whatever? Yeah. He does that.
All right. Is that it? What do we got coming up next week? Anything? No?
We have nothing.
Easter rapidly approaching.
Yeah.
What's going on for Easter?
Oh, yeah, in 2 weeks.
I think we're hosting the Italians.
We're doing our usual Naples trip. So Pretty gets to do Easter. They've got nice pickleball courts, so I'm already excited. They have all the pickleball equipment.
Does she play pickleball? Like, who are you going to play with?
her and Tony both. They are the ones that taught us years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, that was the first time I ever played pickleball was at their club.
Oh, fun.
Is Cecilia going?
Yep, Cecilia's coming.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Jenna's hosting. What are you doing, Christina?
I don't know. Well, it's Victor's birthday is the day before. Steven's working. Right. You guys do an egg hunt for Easter?
Yes. Yeah. Love an egg hunt. I like an adult egg hunt where you put money and lotto tickets in them. And
I've never had an adult egg hunt, but I would like an adult egg hunt.
We might, like the kids are all older now. Could you fit like
little shots for people that drink? Could you fit those little shot things in an Easter egg?
You got those big,
the bigger ones?
Like the big eggs. Yeah.
Yes.
That's funny.
Maybe you should plan that.
For the adults.
Christina, for the adults.
Yeah, when am I going to do that?
Just eggs.
Are you gals coming?
No, I'm saying your family.
If your family does an Easter get together, your contribution could be the adult portion hunt.
But how would I do that with the kids present?
You have the kids all hide them and say, okay, we're doing one just for the adults.
Yeah, let's
now.
reverse.
Oh, like it would be a separate event.
Hide them.
It would be a separate event.
And then they count down, and then you guys run around like crazy trying to get your money and lotto tickets and booze.
Yeah.
I'll consider that, except that I'm the one that would have to pay for all of the everything.
That's your contribution.
But you didn't pay for your avocado, so you're rich. So take your avocado savings.
I saved on the avocado. We'll go in the eggs.
So what do you put in your eggs, Christina? If you don't put candy, because I know you've told me that.
The kid eggs we do. Well, we found these really cool. It must have been on like Etsy one year or something. I found little bunny tokens, and they say things on them. So some say like $1. They'll have like a monetary amount, but then there's ones that are like date with mom, date with dad, family movie night,
cute.
Pizza
cute.
night. I think there was one that was like skip a shower. Things like that. So then like the kids. Like, they'll throw them at me, too. They'll throw them at me hard. Like, they'll be like, Mommy, hold on. Here's I want a pizza night. And then it's like, oh, I guess we're having pizza night, And so they really like those. Some will have coins in them.
Like real coins, yeah.
Yeah, real
like quarters?
Coins.
Okay.
Even like penny. I just literally dig in my coin jar and whatever comes out. And some have a lot and some have a little and they don't care, So we do that, and like one variety pack of little toys, like bracelets, a lot, or stickers, tattoos, things like that. That like I know that like Livy will use up, and it'll be done, kind of a thing.
That's cute.
That's smart.
But they don't.
I need to find those coins.
I know.
Actually, the nice thing about not doing candy too, because a lot of people say like they have to sneak out like when the kids are awake. Like the kids wake up in the morning, you have to sneak out and hide the eggs, and like my kids, I don't hide the eggs. I'm not the person who leaves those eggs in the yard, so I can't really, like, have them seeing me with eggs. So the nice thing about no candy is those eggs can sit there overnight.
Yeah.
If the Easter bunny hops in at 11 p.m. and hides the eggs, there's not going to be bugs in the eggs in the morning. So
yeah.
That's
a good idea.
I did see one thing on the TikTok, and they used like fake coins. And each egg had a different amount in it, and she set up like a store almost.
Yeah, like
so
a
you
shop.
got all your eggs, and then you had all your coins, and you could spend your coins at the shop.
That's a
She's
cool
like,
idea.
now we just have like a coloring book is $2, whatever. And I was like, that seems like a lot of work, but
that's more work than I'm in for, but it is a really cute idea. It would be good for like older, like when the kids are like teens.
yes.
You know, and like that
we
would be
do like when we have all of the family here and we do an Easter egg hunt, each kid is given a color because we have like 18-year-olds and 3-year-olds. And or it's either a color or I say everybody gets 10 eggs or everybody gets so many eggs because otherwise the big kids get them all and then the 3-year-old is like, meh. So
our boys are
the 3-year-old is
pretty,
the favorite child, so
yeah, they're usually pretty nice with her, and they let her have.
Like
they know that they're filling more, so they'll stand back, or they'll be like, "Oh, look, there's one over there," you know, and they like kind of do that to her. But also when they open the eggs, if it's something they don't like, if it's like a unicorn tattoo or something, you know, they'll give it to her and say,
That's
here,
nice.
you know, I've got this. So they can be nice sometimes, not always, but occasionally
only on the Lord's day. He has risen, and here's your unicorn tattoo.
I'm sure they'll make me eat my words this year, and they'll all fight over the eggs. All right, thanks for joining us on another episode of Between Carlines. We hope you had fun and got a few good laughs. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.
Bye.
Between Carlines is hosted by Miss Christy, Miss Christina, and Miss Jenna. Music by Lindsay Henderson. Edited and produced by Miss Christina. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week for all new episode. Thanks for listening.